Hare Krishna. Welcome to our little introduction on the topic of death, our final challenge. So this topic of death is actually one of my favorite topics because it is such a deep and such an important topic, and once we get some deeper insights into this topic of death, it can really help us to become more serious in our spiritual life. So let us first of all understand, even though death is the only thing in life which is 100% sure, anything else may happen, may not happen, we don't know, but death definitely is going to happen to each and every one of us. Still, we are so expert to just ignore this topic, just to blend it out, just to sweep it under the carpet, and we pretend that it will never happen to us. And then when death knocks on our door, oh, so unexpected, right? Often we hear this, we see the newspaper announcements there, who died, and then there's always, oh, he unexpectedly left. So what is this unexpectedly? Actually, it has to be expected at any moment. And just the fact that it comes so unexpectedly for us shows how expert we are in keeping ourselves in that illusion that it will never happen to us. It only happens to others, it will never happen to us. So now let us understand what is actually happening at this moment of death. As we know, the soul leaves the gross body on the subtle body. So the mind, intelligence, thoughts, ego, the subtle body takes the soul to its next existence. So depending on the composition of mainly the mind, but also the intelligence and the thoughts, ego, that will determine our next existence, our next body. So this is actually almost a mysterious transformation the soul is going through there. It can be compared with a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, leaving behind this dead and empty caterpillar shell, right? That's actually what is happening at the moment, in the moment of death. Or we can compare it with plants that are going through a strong winter period. In winter, all the leaves are falling off the trees. The tree actually looks dead. You know, it withdraws all the life energy through the cold season, and then when it becomes warm, life is starting again. So at death, we are simply entering an inert stage. Prabhupada is explaining that in the Bhagavatam. It is like a deep sleep. We are inert for some time, and then we come back to life, we are awakening, and we start all our activities again. So actually, once we understand that, we realize it is not such a fearful thing. We have all done it so many times already. So the point is just, we have to prepare. Because as Krishna says, Antakale Chamamivasman Muktva Kaleva. So if you remember me alone, Krishna says, then you will attain my abode of this, there's no doubt. So to remember Krishna alone, not such an easy thing. We have to prepare. So interestingly, death, it actually gives us a glimpse into eternal reality. Because at that moment of death, all the things which are now so important to us, they are simply stripped away of us. They have no significance, no importance whatsoever. All the things now which we are, taking as so important, and we give it so much time and energy, our work, our bank balance, and car we are driving, the house we have, even the family members, It is all part of the temporary, illusory reality, but at death, this is all mercilessly stripped of us. And all we are allowed to keep is actually my relationship with Krishna. That's the only thing we are allowed to keep at that moment. And that is actually eternal reality, my relationship with Krishna. Everything else is like part of the crazy circus here of material life. Prabhupada calls it a nonsensical stage performance. That's exactly what life in the material world is. Every lifetime is like one stage performance on the stage, and then at the moment of death, curtain closes, finished, all over, and then next life, curtain opens, and again we are running around taking things so seriously into the heart, and then at the moment of death, finished. So it's a very deep and interesting topic to explore this topic of death, and the more we get insights, the more we realize I have to take my spiritual life very seriously. The time is ticking. I have only so much time left until I will face that moment. And my relationship with Krishna, that will be my wealth, which I'm allowed to keep. All other wealth is all gone and lost. So that's why an intelligent person will invest into that eternal wealth. My relationship with Krishna, which we of course establish through the chanting deeply with the heart. That will establish our relationship with Krishna. So this whole topic of death we explore much more deeply in our seminar, The Elders in Spiritual Culture, the Vanaprastha Ashram, because that is what this final last phase of life is meant to be all about, to systematically prepare for death. And if we prepare, then hopefully we will manage to meet that challenge in a glorious way by Krishna's and Prabhupada's mercy. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.